So quick bit about the food, but also let me give you some background on this table. Like Hanson said, it was designed and built precisely for tonight's dinner, but this table has been in the works for a long time, maybe since people started making tables. So this is the table. I don't know, not 2.0, but 10,000.0 or something. Nonetheless, I think of the table as arguably the first architecture. Shelter was a given. Table's one of the first, if not the first, intentional space. A lot of things have happened around the table. And one of the things that has been very frustrating is as we've gone to collecting culture in a different sort of way. We used to collect culture via telling stories or writing it down on clay tablets, and it got lost for thousands of years. But now we tell stories via digital media, via audio, via visual, and we put it out to the world. The table has eluded that kind of capture. If we were to have a very meaningful dinner with meaningful conversation, and I had two cameramen around you here, or even cameras up on pulleys, and I had a boom mic over you, and then I had the lighting because that type of camera needed more light, etc., you're likely to not say as potent of things at the table. It's not going to feel the same way. You're not going to exchange. You're going to show up in a different kind of way. My dear friend Chase and I have been playing around with this notion for the last, I don't know, 6 years, something like that. And we've had a lot of luck. He's one of the best guys ever on the planet.
I don't have to say anything about him. Everyone knows he's the best.
So this guy, despite those challenges, the fact that capturing culture at a table, recording it has been so difficult, we've been able to throw some amazing dinners together called Songs for Eating and Drinking, bringing musicians together to share their songs and share food and share culture. And we constantly ran into the edges of the table. And so this is a perfect place to put the first iteration of the Table of Truth. So as far as this is his first year.
The Delphic table.
Yeah. So quick background, and then I'm going to tell you about the food. So the Delphic Table of Truth is the working title. I've had the opportunity to work with these three lovely people as a fellow at the MCDM. And what we're working on is what are digital strategies that are scalable that activate people eating together in powerful ways. Asking questions like, can we put 1 million Israelis and Palestinians at tables together? Would that change the conflict? Can we create an app that would do that? Can we redesign Thanksgiving? Can we launch a national discourse about death and death care, because it's such a pressing issue in the healthcare space? What do we have to do, and what are the strategies, and what are the tools in order to activate people in their own homes and their own lives? So one of the tools that we decided to make is this Table of Truth. So it is documenting audio and visual. This is the first iteration, like I said. We have these cameras on a ledge. We'll eventually build them in. But in the center is an old telephone pole. And the notion of the suspended tensile kind of space that it really speaks to me about communication and telling stories, and obviously the telephone was an advancement that we still use. So that's some of the work that's gone into it. We literally got together, Chase, Scott, and the guys over at Northrop Case, am I saying that right? Northrop Case, really talented woodworking shop that donated all of their time to make this, so we could have this conversation because they believed in it, which was a significant amount of time to put this together. So we're really
cut down this telephone pole.
And to cut down, don't tell them again. Yeah, we'll keep that to ourselves.
It's the harvest, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the harvest. So that's what's up here, and the Table of Truth is going to have a bunch of iterations. The second one has Tom Kundig has already agreed to design the second one in their in the program at their storefront project right outside Kundig. So we're going to play around with that in June, and there's lots of groups around the country that want to play around with this idea. How can you embed audio-visual into the experience such that it doesn't take away from the experience? And at the type of sight lines where you're going to forget about the cameras and you're going to have real dialogue, you're going to forget about the cameras. You're going to have real dialogue. You are going to forget about the cameras. So that's what's going on there. Thanks for letting me get through that.